Hi everyone! Today we're going to study English with The Secret Life of Pets. In this movie, we follow Max, a pet dog from New York whose comfortable life is about to change when his owner, Katie, decides to adopt Duke, an unruly giant. But before we get started, my name is Laura from Laura's English School. On this channel, we give you some great tips to improve your English, so check out our previous videos and please subscribe. You're all familiar with greetings and introducing yourselves as taught in English classes. Hello, my name is Laura. I'm an English teacher. My favorite color is blue, and so on. But today, let's see how greetings and introducing people is actually done in different real-life situations, in a more natural way. We will see how characters refer to each other, and let's also check out some slang and expressions. We're about to see a clip from the beginning of the movie showing Max introducing himself and his life to us.
I've lived in this city all my life. I'm Max, and I'm the luckiest dog in New York.
Okay, so Max introduces himself in a very casual way with "I'm Max," because he's a friendly dog and talking to us, the audience. So far, nothing difficult. I'm the luckiest dog in New York. This is how he describes himself. He could have said, I'm a little terrier, or how old he was, but he chose to tell us that he was the luckiest dog in New York because that is what he thinks is the most important piece of information about himself, what defines him. So next time you introduce yourself, try to think of something that's unique about yourself. That's a great way to get people's attention. Then he proceeds to explain why he's lucky. Because of his owner, Katie.
That's Katie. Katie and we have the perfect relationship.
Okay, so he says, that's Katie. This is another casual way of introducing someone. It's fine if you introduce your sibling or friend, but depending on the situation, it would be more polite to give details on who the person is to you. For example, this is my owner, Katie. So here Max doesn't do that because from his point of view, she's not his owner, she's his best friend. So let's check out this clip from the movie A Series of Unfortunate Events that illustrates some more formal introductions.
Oh, hello. You must be the Baudelaires.
Hi.
I was so sorry to hear about the accident, but so happy to hear you were coming here.
Welcome, I'm Justice Strauss of the City High Court.
I'm Violet, and this is my brother Klaus and my sister Sunny.
Poe, Mortuary Management, how do you do?
Lovely.
Your house is so beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
So in that clip, everyone introduces themselves with their titles, meaning what they do in life. I am Justice Strauss of the City High Court. Poe, Mortuary Management. This is my brother and sister. They go on with small talk, how do you do, which is a more formal way of saying how are you. Violet compliments Justice Strauss on her house. You can feel that the atmosphere is a lot more formal. Now let's get back to our movie.
We met a few years ago, and boy, let me tell you, we got along right away.
Okay, so he says, and boy, let me tell you. So that's an expression used for excitement, surprise, or to emphasize what we're about to say. Other ones with the same meaning are maybe, oh dear, or maybe if you're from the UK, blimey, or holy smoke, something like that. To get along with someone means to have a friendly relationship. I get along well with my neighbor.
You know, it was one of those relationships where you just know.
Okay, so in this sentence, it was one of those relationships where you just know. Max means that he knew that relationship would be perfect. like instinct, something you don't need to think about that comes naturally.
And get this, she was looking for a roommate, and so was I.
So you all know me too. Well, so was I is just a different way of saying it. It is a response to a previous statement that must be positive. So here that Katie was looking for a roommate. For example, I'm going to watch that movie this weekend. Oh, so am I. Why don't we go together?
Our love is, how do I put this? Our love is stronger than words or shoes.
Our love is stronger than words. Here, Max simply means that he doesn't know how to translate their feelings for each other into words. Actually, right before that, he says, how do I put this? He doesn't know how. There's simply no words that can describe it.
Us against the world.
Us against the world. That expression doesn't mean that they're about to fight everyone, but that their relationship is very exclusive. Just as he says, me and Katie, Katie and me, and that's it. They will be together forever.
I wouldn't go so far as to call us soulmates, even though any sane person who saw us would.
I wouldn't go so far as to. So that's something we usually use in a negative way to kind of falsely minimize something we're about to say that could be controversial. For example, I wouldn't go so far as to say he's cheap, but he always asks to split the bill when we go out for dinner. However, here it's rather positive. Max is pretending to be humble about the fact that they're soulmates. He's saying that other people would naturally think so, that they're soulmates. Let's check out our second clip. In this one, Max and his friends are taken to a park by a dog walker. Do you know what a dog walker is? It's someone you can pay to walk your dog during the day when you're too busy.
Hi, Max.
Hey, Gidget.
Who's your new roommate? Is it a girl dog or a boy dog? Not that I care. It doesn't matter to me.
Oh, that's nobody, Gidget. He's just visiting. Yeah, he's gonna be gone soon.
Get more with the fever on the dance floor.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, hi.
Your hat is the best hat I've ever seen.
Hey, excuse me, genius. You forgot my leash. Ugh, never mind.
Hey, fellas, how's it going? Hey, fellas, how's it going? Hey, fellas.
Oh, say, Duke.
Yes.
Be a good lad and bring me a stick, won't you? It would please me to chew on a stick just now. You heard me. Fetch.
All right, let's check again.
Hi, Max.
Hey, Gidget.
Who's your new roommate? Is it a girl dog or a boy dog? Not that I care. It doesn't matter to me.
Oh, that's nobody, Gidget. He's just visiting. Yeah, he's gonna be gone soon.
So hi, hey, and hello are really all the same. Although when in doubt, stick to hello. It is more polite and works in every situation. Instead of saying, who's this? Gidget refers to Duke as Max's new roommate. By saying that, she's basically letting him know that she heard the rumor that he had a new roommate. Max's answer is not very nice though. He introduces Duke as nobody, as he is certain that he won't stay with him and Katie for long. He doesn't think he is worth introducing. So let's check a clip from The Lion King on how to properly introduce friends.
Timon, this is Nala. She's my best friend. Friend? Yeah. Hey, Pumbaa, come over here. Nala, this is Pumbaa. Pumbaa, Nala.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Pleasure's all mine.
How do you do? Whoa, whoa! Time out! Let me get this straight.
Okay, so we can feel a big difference between the way Max talks about Duke and Simba about Nala. Another way of introducing people is to just mention their names. Pumbaa, Nala. Let's get back to our movie.
Hey, what's up?
What's up is a very casual way of saying how are you. Literally, it's more like what is going on or what's new since the last time we saw each other, if you already know that person. But in this case, the dog walker spots a girl and thinks she's attractive. What's up here is more of a way to get her attention and play it cool. He follows up with a compliment. Your hat is the best hat I've ever seen, as a way to break the ice and engage the conversation. To break the ice means, imagine if you're meeting a person for the first time, but you don't really know what to say and it is starting to be a little awkward and tense. So you think of a topic that could be interesting and that suits the situation, like a compliment or small talk about the weather.
Hey, excuse me, genius. You forgot my leash.
Okay, so another way to get someone's attention is to say, excuse me. However, don't call them genius like Max did because that's actually an insult. Max is using what we call sarcasm. The dog walker forgot to remove his leash, which is a little annoying to Max. So by calling him a genius, he means the opposite, that he is not very smart. He's mocking him. So when we use the opposite word of what we really want to say, that's called sarcasm.
Hey fellas, how's it going? Hey fellas, how's it going? Hey fellas,
Okay, fellas is just another way of saying guys. Okay, it is a friendly way but casual, so don't go and call your bosses fellas. How is it going? Or his attempt at saying it is just another variant of what's up.
Oh, say, Duke.
Yes.
Be a good lad and bring me a stick, won't you? It would please me to chew on a stick just now. You heard.
Okay, say Duke. Say is used when we want to get somebody's attention. It's the same as saying hey, basically. Won't you is what we call a question tag. We use it at the end of a statement. If the statement is positive, then the tag is negative. But if the statement is negative, then the tag is positive. I give you some examples. Let's say you're about to leave work and you see your coworker is still at her desk. You would say, "You're not staying late, are you?" You're basically implying that a person should go home soon. Or, "She's the girl from the party, isn't she?" So we use auxiliary verbs to form question tags like do, have, or be. But we could have a whole lesson on this. By the way, if there are any specific topics or grammar points you want me to talk about and analyze with you, feel free to leave a comment. The last clip takes place after Max and Duke disappear and their friends are looking for them. They're told that a so-called Pops can help them find Max, so they decide to pay him a visit. In this clip, we will focus more on the comedic aspect of the misunderstandings and sarcasm in the conversations.
What is this crazy joint?
This is Pop's place. His owner is never home, so it's kind of a hot spot. Pops knows everyone in this city. If he agrees to help us, Max is as good as found.
Cool! Oh, fabulous!
All right, let's check again.
What is this crazy joint?
So first of all, a joint is a word that has multiple meanings. Literally, it means a point where two structures come together, like the joints of your fingers that link the bones. But here, it is a slang for an establishment, especially one where people gather or dine. You may have heard of a burger joint.
This is Pop's place. His owner is never home, so it's kind of a hot spot.
A hotspot. If your place is considered a hotspot among your friends, then it means that it's a popular place of entertainment. It can sometimes have a negative connotation when talking about a dangerous place.
Pops knows everyone in this city. If he agrees to help us, Max is as good as found.
Cool! Oh, ridiculous.
As good as is quite a common expression. It means nearly or almost the same. Here, Buddy means that if Pops gets involved, then he guarantees Max will be found. If you wash a t-shirt that has a stain and manage to get it as clean as when you first bought it, it's as good as new.
Tell me you got that!
Oh, heck yes I did.
What's up, Peanut?
Hey, buddy.
You see Pops around here?
Yeah, he's over there.
Hey, Pops!
Mud and sweet potato.
Pops!
Who's that? What? Oh, hey, buddy.
How you been, old timer?
Paralyzed.
Great. Listen, Mr. Pops, our friend Max was taken. Last we heard, he was lost in the sewers. Buddy said that maybe you could help us?
You know, I do know a guy in the sewers, but, I don't go out anymore.
What a waste of time.
Who said that?
Oh, I said it. By the way, I meant no offense. Have you seen yourself?
Well, looky what we apparently have here. Measy would like to have a look-see. Myron, Brown!
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. Me like what me see. Well, what me can see, it's all an attractive blur. Little lady, this is my city. I'll find you a friend. All right, party's over. Myron, vacuum. So where are you from, my fuzzy angel?
Dude, I'm a cat.
Well, nobody's perfect.
All right, let's check again.
Tell me you got that!
Oh, heck yes I did.
So, heck is another one of those exclamations we use for anger, surprise, or excitement, and also to emphasize a statement. It is a more polite way of saying hell.
What's up, Peanut?
Hey, buddy.
You see Pops around here?
Yeah, he's over there.
Hey, Pops!
Mud and sweet potato.
Pops!
Who's that? What? Oh, hey, buddy.
How you been, old timer?
Paralyzed.
Great. Listen, Mr. Pops, our friend Max was taken. Last we heard,
Okay, it's actually how have you been, but being very casual, when you speak fast, it could sound like how you been. Another variant of what's up. He calls Pops old timer, which is an affectionate way to refer to an old person or somebody who has experience with something. The sarcastic joke here is that he answers with paralyzed. That's not what you expect when you ask someone how they've been. You expect the conventional answer, great, or been doing fine, that sort of thing. So hence the tension between the characters. Pop states the obvious here, but it shows that at his age, he doesn't care much about small talk and that there is no need to ask. Now, what's even funnier is that little Gidget breaks the awkwardness with a great and moves on to the next topic.
listen, Mr. Pops, our friend Max was taken. Last we heard, he was lost in the sewers. Buddy said that maybe you could help us.
Okay, so last we heard means according to the last time they heard news about Max. Last time somebody told them.
You know, I do know a guy in the sewers, but, I don't go out anymore.
What a waste of time.
Who said that?
Oh, I said it. By the way, I meant no offense. Have you seen yourself?
Okay, so I meant no offense. Whenever someone says that, it's actually because they're just said or about to say something offensive. It's a way to soften the blow whenever you're criticizing someone. Especially when you know that Chloe is the sarcastic one in the group. For example, I love playing pranks on people. No offense, but aren't you a little too old for that? Chloe goes on to say, have you seen yourself? Have you seen your physical condition, which really rubs it in, meaning adds even more insult to it.
Well, looky what we apparently have here. Measy would like to have a look-see. Myron, Brown!
Oh no.
Oh, yes. Me like what me see. Well, what me can see, it's all an attractive blur.
Okay, so the series of welly, measy, me like what me see, this is just a cute, sometimes maybe lame way someone can talk like old people, but Pops is an old dog, so it's okay. Well, what me can see, it's all an attractive blur. So you can hear how he accentuates can. He clearly likes Chloe, or more exactly, what he can discern of her, because he's an old dog and he cannot see very well. He says that he likes what he sees of her, but at the same time that she is just a blur. So he's not exactly complimenting her appearance. The fact that she is blurry is part of what makes her attractive to him.
Little lady, this is my city. I'll find your friend. All right, party's over. Myron, vacuum. So where are you from, my fuzzy angel?
Dude, I'm a cat.
Well, nobody's perfect.
Fuzzy has two meanings here. First, it refers to Chloe's coat. Her fur has a fuzzy, fluffy texture. But fuzzy also means blurry. Due to the fact that he cannot see her clearly, she actually looks like an angel to him. She tells him that she's a cat, and as in, why would you be interested in me? You're a dog, I'm a cat, we normally don't get along. The joke here is that he doesn't answer the question. Instead, he says, nobody's perfect, implying that it sucks to be a cat, but that he is open-minded. It's an indirect insult, kind of a payback for what she said earlier. All right, so why don't we put you to the test? Which sentence could start with, oh boy? I have a dentist appointment tomorrow morning. Looks like a big storm is coming. I haven't had that much fun in a long time. I will go to sleep after I'm done reading this novel. The answer is 2 and 3. Remember that oh boy is an exclamation that conveys the feeling of excitement or surprise. Unless, of course, you're excited about that dentist appointment. Katie is baking a cake for the party this weekend, and so was I. So am I. So will they. So do I. The answer is 2. As you can see, the first part of the sentence is in the present continuous. Is plus verb ing form. We have to be consistent with tenses. Was is the past, will is the future, and do cannot be used when the verb be is used in the first part. You're greeting your new manager for the first time. Which would be most appropriate? Morning, how is it going? What's up, dude? How do you do? How have you been? The answer is 3. You want to make a good impression on your first meeting, and 3 is the most formal. Of course, depending on the company and your relationship with your manager, how is it going can work later on. How have you been is used when you haven't seen someone in a long time. And avoid using what's up. Which one sounds like sarcasm? I got an F on my math test. Nice job, Einstein. Your dress is very pretty. It suits you well. What's for dinner? Your favorite, spaghetti. I love spaghetti. I fixed the TV. Wow, it only took you 3 hours. Well done. The answers are 1 and 4. If you get an F, you are not that good as compared to Einstein. So it's definitely sarcasm. And of course, if it takes you a while to do something and someone compliments you on how fast you were, well, you get it. That's it for today. I hope this was as fun for you as it was for me. If you enjoyed this topic and want me to do more of it on this channel, please let me know in the comments and leave a thumbs up. I will see you soon. Thanks for watching.